We're sat here at the Derby Tattoo Convention with Graham from ThouArt Studio. How you getting on, Graham?
Not so bad, having a good time.
You enjoying the convention so far? Been busy enough for you?
It's quieter than it was last year, but it's been okay.
And with the piercing and modification side of things, do you find that's gaining a lot of popularity, especially last few years maybe?
Yeah, it peaks and troughs, a bit like the tattoo world. It goes up and down. It's been mad the last couple of years. I'm sure it'll die off a little bit and something new will come along and set it off again.
Yeah. And you do scarification, implants, you do the whole shebang?
Yeah, implants, microdermals, subdermals, transdermals, branding, scarification. It's quite a few things.
And being such a new aspect to body modification, not in the traditional sense as in it's eons old, but just in terms of its popularity and people trying new things. It seems to be last, say, 5 years especially, it's really kind of blown up. How have you found that with the shop? Are you really busy now?
Yeah, well, we're doing more now than we've ever done. It does keep going, but I say it's almost fashionable. It's what's in that month or something. Yeah. Like originally tongue split. God, the number of tongue splits we've done over 12 months was scary. Yeah. And then it's moved from tongue splitting more into branding and then implants, and it just goes through little phases.
Yeah. And it's a constantly changing thing as well, because people are always asking for new stuff. It seems to be one of those art forms which is, people are always surprising you maybe. So maybe what's the most surprising thing you've been asked for recently?
I suppose the most surprising thing is splitting somebody's scrotum.
Really?
Yeah, that was quite surprising.
Yeah. But, and what does that entail as a procedure?
We do a couple of trans-scrotals. Once those are healed, we'll cut the skin between it and stitch that, and that'll heal up, and then we'll just do the bottom bit last. Right. So it's about, I think, a 4-stage procedure, something like that.
What's the overall, for that particular modification, what's the overall goal for the customer? What are they looking to have in that particular modification?
It's something he's dreamt about since, for the last 30 years. The man who's having it's a little bit a bit more mature, shall we say.
Nice.
And he's always wanted it, and he's finally found a way to do what he wants. Yeah. So we'll do it stage by stage, carefully. Yeah.
And how do you find the regulation for body modification industry? Do you think it's regulated enough or not? Or?
There's no regulation. Yeah. That's the thing, there is no regulation. The Health Protection Agency are working on a set of guidelines that will be sort of more guidelines for clients rather than practitioners. Just, this is what you should look for. This is a bit of aftercare advice about it. So they're trying to put that out on the website soon. But any governmental body takes time to get anything sorted out. Yeah. So it'll be done eventually, but there'll be regulation when something goes wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe a bit too late sometimes when
usually
it's reactionary in terms of councils. Yeah, a lot of the time.
The knee-jerk reaction's always worse. It's better to head it off and do something sensible and work in partnership with them rather than fight against them.
So you've got the 3 studios now, or the 3 premises anyway, with ThouArt. You have Holy Them Now and Limited Edition as well, all kind of part of the same family to a degree, is it?
Yes and no. I mean, ThouArt is just a tattoo. Limited Edition is just a tattoo studio. I don't really have a lot to do with it. It's more math shop. Yeah. Math deals with, it's more math sort of thing. I just go in once a week and make sure everything's running smooth. ThouArt was my venture into the tattoo world. It was, I wanted something a little bit different, something where it was like a community spirit. Yeah. That's what we set it up for. It's got a bit of an art gallery in it. We have guest artists from all over the world. Right, yeah. And they come back if they like it. They keep coming back. Yeah. I mean, we've got quite a few regular guest artists. Yeah. And we just try and get people from around the country. If they want somewhere they can work, we just put them up. And we've got it's quite a big shop, so we've got quite a lot of space.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have the space filled.
Yeah.
And if they've got customers in the area, they're more than welcome to come and use the shop.
Oh, okay.
It's good way of making friends.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you have an ethos within the shop? Like, what's the atmosphere like for a customer coming in?
Hopefully, well, I'd like to think it's nice and relaxed and it's friendly. I'd like them to come in. If they want to take a seat for a couple of hours and look through books and magazines, that's up to them.
Yeah.
If they're looking for inspiration, we should have enough on the walls to give them something. We've got paintings from artists from all over the world, so there's a whole range of styles. And normally people just leave something on the wall when they come and do a bit, and it just gives customers a chance to look at things, and hopefully they'll open their eyes a little bit. And I mean, there's always a place for flash, there always is, but in ThouArt it tends to be pretty much 100% custom, and hopefully they'll see what we can offer and they'll like it. Come and have a coffee.
Come and have a coffee, exactly. And the convention experience, I mean, you've obviously been around for quite some time now within the industry. How do you find conventions as, is it more of a social exercise or more of a creative exercise or more of a business exercise?
I'll try and get a nice combination so it pays for itself. I don't like losing money on conventions, but it's more social. It's a chance to catch up with people that you only see, well, initially a couple of times a year, but with that many conventions on the circuit now, you get to see them every month. But it's a social thing. Yeah. But hopefully we can do enough to break even. It's been an interesting interview for Tattoo TV.